students, good morning and warm welcome to this audio visual class of grade 9 English. And in today's class we are going to do some activities that are related to grammar second, writing second, project work and extra bit, okay, and these all are from unit 18. So, are you ready for that? So, be ready with your necessary materials. Now, let us start from grammar second. Okay, dear students, now let us begin from adjectives and their use. So, notice some examples here, some examples have been presented here. So, just observe them, and there are each word in each sentence is underlined, yes. So, try to guess what do those underlined words describe, okay, or what do they talk about. The first sentence, what is this? John has a loud voice, loud is underlined here, yes. He is an honest man, math is an interesting subject, which is the longest river in the world, John is funnier than Jack, this room is spacious. The last sentence, in the last sentence 2 words are underlined, okay, no problem. So, can you say in the first sentence what is the relation of, what is the role of loud in this sentence? What meaning does it put here? Does it have the relation with John or voice? Okay, very good, you told very correct answer. That means loud describes here voice quality, yes, or what type of voice John has. So, loud voice, okay, and other types of voice also we can find, but John has loud voice. So, voice is being described here by the word loud. He is an honest man. So, what is the relation to which word honest has relation in this sentence? Can you say? Yes, it describes the subject, that means person, what type of person he is, honest person. Math is an interesting subject. So, here interesting has relation with math, very good. So, what is math like? What kind of subject is it? Yes, so it is an interesting subject. For you it may be difficult subject as well, for other person it can be boring subject as well, but it is an interesting subject as well. So, interesting subject, yes. Which is the longest river in the world? Here the speaker is talking about the longest river, okay. See, he or she is asking for the longest river in the world. So, which kind of river, which type of river? Longest river. John is funnier than Jack. So, how is John? John's quality is he is funnier than Jack. So, comparison, John and Jack, they both are compared, they both are funny, they both have funny nature, but who is more funnier? Who is more funny? John is more, or John is funnier, okay. The comparative form of funny is funnier. This room is spacious. So, in this sentence, look here, 2 words are underlined here, this room. So, this has the connection with room. Which room? It answers which room, okay. So, our focus is here in this room, okay. So, this specifies, this qualifies the room, which room, it answers which room, okay. And then spacious also has the connection with room again. Which kind of room? This room, what type of room is this? Then spacious, it means there is a lot of space, its size is big, okay. So, what you understood from these examples, dear students? These all underlined words, okay. In conclusion we can say these all underlined words are called adjectives simply, and adjectives are those words which tell about or which describes the noun or pronoun or the subject of the sentence. So, look at the above sentences, okay. Those underlined words have described, okay, the subject of its sentence. And you also might have known about the different forms of adjectives, yes. It has basically 3 forms. They are positive degree, we say positive degree of adjectives, comparative degree of adjectives and the superlative degree. So, 3 forms while comparing the things, objects, persons, places, okay. We generally use these 3 forms, and later on also we will discuss about them, okay. Again, the next slide is also about adjectives, some more about adjectives here. So, adjectives answer these questions. So, in a sentence, in a paragraph, how to recognize the word, which word is an adjective, okay. So, simply the adjectives generally answer what kind question. It answers the question what kind of thing, what kind of person, and those adjectives fall under descriptive type. These are called descriptive adjectives because it describes, okay. Next, how many. So some adjectives answers how many questions as well, and they fall under quantitative category. They are called quantitative adjectives. Next question, they also answer sometimes which ones, okay. So demonstrative. In the previous example, this room, when we say this room, then that is demonstrative adjective. This, that, those, these, okay. These are the examples. And whose, the adjectives also answer whose question, that means possessive, okay. Some examples will make you clear, okay. She is a kind girl. Here kind is an adjective, but it is a descriptive adjective because it answers what kind, okay. And she is our baby, then it is possessive, yes. Whose, it answers whose baby, our baby. And he has won several awards. How many awards? So quantitative, several. And I like this suit, so this here demonstrative adjective, okay. Now after this, let us discuss about adverbs and their usage, okay. So here are 3 examples. Please notice the underlined words here and their roles in these sentences. John speaks loudly. Loudly is underlined here. So what role does it play? What is the function, main function of loudly in this sentence? In second, the painting is extremely beautiful. So what does extremely, what meaning does it put in this sentence? The baby is crawling very slowly. So can you say? Yes, very good. Here, how he speaks loudly. The function of loudly is to modify the verb speaks, the manner of speaking. How John speaks? Loudly, okay. Similarly, in the next example, the painting is extremely beautiful. Here beautiful is an adjective. If you remove extremely, suppose there is no extremely, this word is not there, and the remaining part is the painting is beautiful, it is also complete in itself, okay. But when we add extremely, then what meaning does it put here? What meaning does it add here? So it modifies beautiful, yes. How much beautiful? So simply saying it is beautiful and it is extremely beautiful, there is difference, you can feel the difference in my expression, okay. So beautiful, so simply if I say beautiful, then it is beautiful. Then extremely beautiful, when I say, when I perceive is it as more beautiful, yes. So the degree of beauty, so the painting is extremely beautiful. Here extremely modifies the adjective, that is beautiful. And the third example, see here, the baby is crawling very slowly. So here also, once again, if you remove this very and read the sentence, except very, removing very, the baby is crawling slowly, it is also complete in itself. But why very? After adding very, what meaning what difference we can realize here? Yes, how much slowly, okay, very slowly. So here the role of very is, it describes the adverb slowly. Slowly is an adverb, okay, because slowly describes the manner of crawling, how the baby is crawling slowly, and how much slowly, very slowly. So look here. Now from these examples we can conclude that adverbs, these all underlined words are adverbs, okay, and the adverbs are those words, those parts of speech which modify 3 things. One, verb, okay, as in the first sentence, adjective as in the second sentence, and sometime other adverbs also, okay. Clear, dear students? Now there are different types of adverbs, okay. The first type of adverbs answer how question. Most of the adverbs answer how question. How refers to manner, okay, and those adverbs which answer how questions are called adverbs of manner. Sometimes they answer how often, they are called adverb of frequency, how many times it means, okay. And then when, sometime it answers when question, that falls under adverbs of time. Some adverbs answer where question, that falls under adverbs of place, and how much, that means adverbs of degree, okay. Some examples are here. He speaks politely, it answers how question. Politely is an adverb here, it describes the verb speaks, okay. The teacher walked around the class, around, so where, so this is around is an example of adverb of place. I often eat ice creams, or I usually eat ice creams, so we can also say usually, so it means how often, it answers how often, and it falls under adverb of frequency, how repeatedly you do the that task, okay. So I met him yesterday, so yesterday is an adverb, but it falls under adverb of time, it answers when question. Next, she has been in this school for 5 years, so here for 5 years is also adverb of time, because it answers how long questions. Yes, the letter is quite lengthy here, quite. So, this is adverb of degree, quite lengthy. Quite is an adverb, that is adverb of degree. Okay, now we discussed adverb, adjectives. Okay, now here are some examples. Notice the following examples of comparison. So, now we should be able to use those adverbs, adjectives, okay, while comparing, while talking, while describing, while comparing two or more than two things, persons, places, etc. So, here are some examples. Look here, read the first sentence. John is an honest man. So, what you see here? An honest. So, that honest is an adjective. Okay, it describes John, the subject, the noun of this sentence. So, it is an adjective. So, here it is not comparison here in the first sentence. It is simply the sentence simply says the quality of John, what type of person he is. Okay, so it is positive form. Honest is an positive form of adjective. So, when we simply do not compare, but simply introduce the quality of something, some person, the object, then at that time we use positive degree. Okay, positive form of adjective. Second sentence, look here. Jack speaks more loudly than John. Jack speaks. How Jack speaks? More loudly than whom? John. So, here two persons are compared, Jack and John. Okay, they both talk loudly, but who talks more loudly, who speaks more loudly? Jack. So, look here, the form of comparison, yes, more loudly. So, loudly is an adverb that describes the manner of speaking, but here the manner of speaking is being compared of two persons. Okay. So, here more loudly. So, more is used in comparison while comparing two objects, two things. Okay. The third example, the painting is the most beautiful painting in the exhibition. So, in the exhibition there are many other paintings which are beautiful, but the painting, there is one painting which is the most beautiful. So, look here, what kind of comparison is it? Yes, here the comparison is being made, comparison is done among or between more than two paintings. Okay. So, it means that when we compare more than two things, more than two objects, person, for example, in the country, in the whole exhibition, in the whole class, in the whole district. So, in that situation we use the superlative form, and look here, most beautiful. The superlative form of beautiful is most beautiful. Yes. And the last one, the baby is as cute as an angel. So, look here, again baby and angel is compared here. Okay. And the structure is as, adjective as dot dot as. So, this is in this comparison sometimes we have to compare two object, two person, two things, okay, which are sharing the similar quality. Here baby and angel, they are cute, okay, they are similar in their cuteness. So, in such situation we can use such structure. Such structure means, this structure means as, then positive form of adjective, then again as cute as beautiful as. Okay. So, like this. Okay, now we did enough discussion about adjective, adverb and the form of comparison also. Okay, different types of comparison. Now, there is given an exercise in your book, you can see the instruction is like this: use the correct forms of the adjectives or adverbs given in the brackets. So, look here, in each sentence there is given either adjective or adverb in the bracket, and now you have to use them. Okay, you have to fill the gaps using the correct form of these adjectives and adverbs. Are you ready? Can you do? Okay, very good. You have already started to do. Yes. Okay, have you done? So, now let us check your answer. Number A, what did you do? The Marsangdi is one of the biggest rivers in Nepal. Yes. Why here biggest is used? Can you tell me? Yes, very good. Because the river Marsangdi is compared here among various other rivers in Nepal. Yes. So, this is the biggest river. There are other biggest river as well. So, one of the biggest rivers in Nepal. So, in whole Nepal, in whole country it is compared. So, what I already told, when we compare an item with more than two other items, things, objects, then at that time we have to use superlative degree. So, one of the biggest, big, bigger, biggest. Okay, very good. Number B, Thanimai is a temple in the whole district. Look here again, whole district. We are going to compare it within other temples of the whole district. So, yes, your guess is correct, but here is a slight mistake in your question. Yes, if there is a, then we cannot use superlative degree. So, you have to remove that a. Okay. Thani mai is, then you can write, you omit a, then write down the most famous. What is the superlative form of famous? Most famous, and always use the article before superlative, which we already discussed while reading about articles in previous lesson. Yes. Okay. Thanimai is the most famous temple in the whole district. Similarly, a spider is not usually as deadly as a snake. Very good. As deadly as. Spider also deadly, snake is also deadly. So, as deadly as, both have share the similar quality. So, as a structure we can use. Okay. What is the answer of D number? The children are really enjoying the movie. They are watching it than the adults. So, look here, the children, the way children watch movie and the way the adult watch a movie, the manner of watching the movie is compared here. Okay. So, here comparative form you need to fill. I think you have done. Yes. What is the correct answer? Very good. More interestingly. Yes. So, they are watching, that means children are watching the movie more interestingly than the adults. So, one easy method is also there. Okay. If there is than in the sentence, okay, than, then, this is comparing word. If that comes, then you can automatically fill comparative form of adjective in the comparative form while comparing. Okay. So, that is also one of the clues for you. No problem. Okay. Now, number E, Mr. Shrestha is the teacher in the whole school. Now, I think you got it. Yes, you have done correctly. Whole school. There are other teacher in the school who are humorous, but who is the most humorous? Mr. Shrestha. So, most humorous. Children are considered to be than adults. Again comparison, children and adults. So, who are more innocent? Children are more innocent. A computer is, tell me, than a pocket calculator. Two things are compared here. So, more expensive. Okay. Number H, my sister is almost as as my mother. So, both are tall. It means as tall as my mother. My maths exam was much than the history exam. Here is also the comparison between two subjects. Yes. So, good. What is the comparative form of good? Yes, better. Better than the history exam. Bungee jumping really scares me. I find it than paragliding. So, what do you think here? I find it than. So, paragliding and bungee jump, two adventurous tasks is compared here. So, again more dangerous. And then the last one is Shima is walking than Sharad, and carefully is given here. So, here is also Shima and Sharad, the walking manner of both persons are compared here, Shima and Sharad. So, comparative form you have to add more before carefully. Okay. You have done correctly. So, very good. And here is another exercise for you. Complete the following sentences with the suitable adjectives or adverbs of your own. So, this is from my side. Okay. You can, in your free time, you can do this exercise and show it to your subject teacher, English teacher. So, how to do? Do you have the idea? Look here. You can add the suitable adjective or adverb here. Okay. For example, number A, she goes to school. So, without filling anything, also this sentence is meaningful. Yes, she goes to school. But what suitable word you can put here in the blank? Yes, think of the correct word that fits here. She goes to school. So, how often she goes to school? Yes, so think like that. So, you can fill up here suitable adverb. Okay, so she always goes to school. It means adverb of frequency. She always goes to school, or she never goes to school. Yes, so like this. Number B, there is a tree in front of the temple. So, without that word also this sentence is complete, but also we can add some a word here. Okay. So, there is a tree. So, you can write what kind of tree, think for what kind of tree, and then you can feel like tall tree or big tree. Okay. So, like this you have to do. Now, do rest of others. So, in this way we finished or we discussed about adjective, adverb, we finished grammar section. Now, dear students, I would like to start writing. Okay. So, today we are going to learn writing skill, and what is that related to? Can you guess? Okay. It is about how to write travel writing, or it is also called travelogue, journey account also we can say. So, what is a travelogue? Have you ever heard this word? Have you ever read any travelogue? any travel writing written by others? Have you ever written yourself any travel log, travel writing after making a visit, after visiting some a new place? Okay. So, what is a travel log, dear students? Okay. Simply it is a description either in spoken form or written form, and it is generally made after visiting any place of interest. Okay. In our life we visit different places, okay, and after the visit we can describe our journey, our travel. Okay. So, that is called travel log or travel writing, or it also can be defined as a written or a spoken account of individual's experience of traveling. Okay. Besides the fact of that place where we visited, okay, we also add there our individual experiences, how we felt, how was the travel, and it includes the writer's experience of traveling that place. And most importantly, while writing any travel account, okay, generally we use past tense because we already traveled it, we already visited it, the action is over and just we are recalling, we are remembering and then describing it. Okay. So, generally past tense and first person narration, it means simply we use I, we, for example, I visited this place a year ago, etc. Okay. I, we, first person. Clear? Now, most important thing is that how to write an account of journey. Okay. So, this matters. First of all, we have to visit a place, get a place, go and find a place, visit a place and then start writing. Yes. And always write descriptively, that means describe the give the vivid description of the outer world, that means the place which you visited, like what you saw there, its location, okay, and nature, climate, lifestyle, culture, other information. Okay. So, in this way describe, give the information to the readers, to the listeners, and then also reveal your personal experience, how you feel, how you felt there, okay, your thoughts, your feelings, excitements, even problems on the way. Okay. So, while traveling, so these things you can include and always conclude with a message to the reader or listener. Yes. So, in this way we can write a travel log. So, while writing a travel log, generally what elements, what parts, what basic elements we have to gather there while writing, okay, what things we have to consider while writing a travel log. So, simply a title, always you have to begin with a title, and what kind of title you can generate? Simple, catchy, attractive, simple, short phrases, okay, like a trip to place name Ilam, a trip to Pokhara, my wonderful time in this place, yes, heavenly moments in Pokhara, heavenly moments in Muktinath, etc. Or first of all give the place name, or naturally beautiful and culturally rich place is in this way also you can just write a title, a memorable journey to, like this, okay, or any other style, in any other style you can create a title. Then another most important part is body, it is everything in travel log. In body parts we have to put all required information as I told you, like the description of the place, your experience, okay, what you did there, what you saw there, etc. So, simply body contains place of visit, you begin from place of visit, reasons for visiting, why you visited there or what made you visit there, things done, what did you do there, similarly what you saw there, okay, and conclusion. So, these are the basic elements that a body contains in a travel log. So, how is it, how it looks like, one example, okay. So, as I already told you simply begin with place of visit, we are in body part now, dear students, okay. So, place of visit, in place of visit what information you can put there, for example, where, when, how, with whom, okay, where did you visit, when you visited, how, with whom, so like this. Similarly, you also can answer reason for visiting, okay. So, these are the basic information you can put in the first part of body. You can also develop different paragraphs, you can write body into several paragraphs, okay, and you can begin like this. For example, here is one example for you, read it. Okay, let me read it for you. A memorable visit to Pokhara, it is a title. Yes, I have recently made a visit to the most beautiful place in Nepal, Pokhara. So, where visited, the answer has come here. I heard about Pokhara from my friends, teachers, and I read about the city in our books. So, I was waiting for a good chance to visit it. When my family, especially my father, planned to make a family visit after a long break due to COVID, I showed my interest to visit Pokhara. So, here the reason for visiting, the writer has what to say, he was waiting for a good chance to visit Pokhara. So, due to personal interest, the person has visited Pokhara here because of his personal interest, we can say that, yes. And then with whom? It was the first family tour on here. So, look here, first family tour. So, it means with whom? Obviously with parents, okay, family members. First we arrived in Kathmandu from our home place in Dupalchok and left for Pokhara from the Tribhuvan International Airport at 10 am. So, this all discuss how, it answers how question. So, by plane, yes. So, in this way it is written. Now, it continues here. So, most importantly you also should include in the body section that things you did, things you saw. So, these also come under body, yes. So, what the person did here, look here, when we reached there, first we booked. So, the major things they did is underlined here, you can just notice that, okay. First we booked a room in a hotel and kept our luggage. Then what did they do? Had lunch there in the hotel and became fresh. Then we went to Lake Fewa. So, we here first person has been used, yes. We went to Lake Fewa, boated there, visited the famous Talbarahi temple. So, things you did, you can just make a list or write in this way, and sometime you can also, after listing the things you did, you can also explain further if necessary. For example, look here, we boated there and visited the famous Talbarahi temple that lies at the center of the lake. So, where is Talbarahi temple? After spending about 3 hours there, we roamed around the lakeside and enjoyed the beautiful evening there. We also had coffee there in a local shop. Then the lakeside was an expensive area in Pokhara. Then we returned to the hotel, we ate dinner. After dinner, we talked about the day's visit and made further plans to visit other beautiful places in Pokhara. So, things you did, things you saw also will come here in next paragraph, okay. So, next day in the morning, we went to a famous place named Sarangkot, took a local bus and walked a few hours, okay. So, focus on the underlined phrases here. We enjoyed the mesmerizing view of the sun rising from there, then enjoyed paragliding, yes, and we flew it for about 15 minutes, and it was a very adventurous and unforgettable event. So, experience, the person is sharing his experience. Then returned from there enjoying the eye catching scenes and views on the way. So, what are the views? The clear sky, Machapuchhri Himal and many other scenes, okay. And we also visited the famous Bat Cave, Gupteshwar Mahadev, Devi's Falls, Peace Stupa. So, like this. So, these all information are related to what things they did and they saw there. And finally, conclusion, give some suggestion or message note to the readers, yes, or the listeners. So, to conclude, it was a memorable, exciting and fun feeling journey in my life, and I had lively experienced the things and views which I had just heard and read. And really, Pokhara is a worth visiting place of Nepal. Every Nepali citizen must visit it. So, inspiring the readers, the listener to visit the place. Okay, fine. Now, here is given one exercise in your book. The instruction is like this. Please try to read them. You might have traveled to different places. Write an account of one of your journeys. Include the following guidelines in your writing. So, here are given some guidelines also, and based on the guidelines, you can write a similar travel log. Okay. So, the guidelines are where you went, first of all, where you went. So, just write the name of the place, and then who you went with. So, with whom? With friends, with family members. So, with whom? Then how you traveled there. Have you traveled? You went there by bus or by other means of transportation, okay. What you did, okay, and then what have you learned from that visit. So, can you do? Will you do it? Do you want to see one example here, how one of your friends have done? Okay, see here how your friends did, okay. First of all, see, begin from where you went section, okay. See, and try to answer this question, look here. And she also generated some further questions like this, and you also can do this, okay. For example, which place did you visit under this? Was it a locally, nationally, internationally famous place? How far is it from your hometown or Kathmandu generally? It is our capital city. Was it a one-day visit, 2 days visit, etc. And she tried to answer these questions, and those answers, she converted those answers of each separate questions to a paragraph, and she finally wrote like this. Look here, I do not read it now, okay. You just read it and just see, notice the underlined parts. Went to visit a locally famous picnic spot, Dolal Ghat, yes, and it was a one-day visit. It is 35 km far from Banepa, where their school lies, okay, and it lies in Kavre Palanchok district, etc. Then next question was, next guideline was who you went with, and she also generated some questions like this. So, generating question and answering them, this is the best technique, okay, while writing. So, and what did she write as the answers of these questions? Yes, with classmate and teachers, group of 30, yes, in this way. And how you travel there? So, here also some other sub questions she generated, like did you go there by bus, plane, how did you start your journey, did you buy tickets, and so many questions, okay. You also can add other questions here if necessary. Then she answered like this, went there by school bus, started journey from school at 7 a.m. sharp 7 a.m. They went through or along Orinoco highway, yes, and then how was the way? Look here, the way was rough up to Panchkhal, and then they also enjoyed beautiful views of rivers, forest on the way. So, like this. And then what you did, this is the most important part, yes, what you did, and here huge information should come here. What you did, you have to describe in detail, and then she also tried to describe here. Look here, reached there at 9:30, ate light breakfast, then walked together, and then watch a river. They went to watch a river, yes, and boated. They boated also in the local wooden boat, ate delicious lunch, did different funful activities, and returned at 5 p.m. So, and what you have learned. So, in this section also she tried to raise such questions and also answered and converted it into a form of paragraph. So, what they learned? Look here, they experienced the real beauty of nature and learned value of peaceful nature and simple village life. And she also knew that it was the place, Dolal Ghat was famous for sightseeing, picnic spot. Many people come there during summer, yes, and in New Year occasion also. So, these are the findings, learnings from that visit. And she concluded finally, conclusion, really it is really one of the famous holiday destination, that means people go there to spend their holiday, yes. So, in this way she wrote, and you also try to write in similar way. Okay. Now, we are in project work section, okay. In project work you are given a work here which needs time, okay. You have to take your time because you have to source different information, searching, you can search in internet, you can read different books, consult with teachers, and first of all collect the information, gather the information, and try to develop a simple paragraph. And what is the project work about? Find information about the invention of the telephone, like you read about the invention of aeroplane by Wright brothers, yes, in the unit 18. So, like this, how the telephone was invented, and then write a short piece about the history of its development, include relevant illustrations. So, I guess these questions may help you. So, include the following information while writing, okay, while searching the information about the invention of the telephone. Who invented the telephone? When was it invented? Why was it invented? So, what was the motive behind inventing the telephone? So, make a research how it affected the life of people after its invention. So, on the periphery of these questions, or you can generate such questions yourself as well, okay, and try to write a simple paragraph. Okay. After this, dear students, there is extra bit for your additional knowledge, okay. These the knowledge, the information given in this section will be very much helpful to you. So, what is it about? In extra bit this time, here is given about the types of adverbs, which we already discussed also, yes. Look here, 5 types of adverbs given here: adverbs of degree, adverbs of frequency, adverbs of manner, adverbs of place, and adverbs of time with examples. Some adverbs are listed under each type, and you also try to add, search other example also, okay, other adverbs under each type. Will you do? Okay. So, this is for your self reading, okay. And one home assignment from this section, okay. Use all the adverbs, that means given in the above table, okay, and then try to make sentences in meaningful context. If you do so, then you will be perfect in adjective, adverbs, okay. So, it will help you to promote your English speaking and writing skill, okay. So, saying this much, I would like to thank you for your active participation, for listening attentively. Okay. So, this much for today. Have a nice day. Thank you.